Hey guys, Goiger Plus back down more to your day, and it's been a while since I've done a game review. I think the last one I've done was did I do one for Washington? For Alabama, Michigan? I'm not sure. If not, my last one was Florida State, Georgia. So it's at least been a very long time since I've done a game review. But since the college football season is back, there's no better time to start that series back up. And the noon kickoff game was between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Clemson Tigers. As you can see by the score here, it wasn't as competitive as some people thought it would be. Now, I remember watching that Georgia-Clemson game back in 2021. We weren't were we I'm not sure if we were the favorites. We weren't ranked higher. We were ranked 5 while Clemson was ranked 3. And it was a painful game to go through. Just always worried because our offense kept punting the ball, worried, is this the drive where Clemson finally turns it on? Because even when we were winning 10-3, it still never felt like we were going to win that game. Because, we had the defensive prowess, but by that time, we didn't know our defense was going to be maybe one of the best of all time. Maybe the best of all time. At that point, we didn't know that. Of course, in hindsight, we knew that Clemson team was never going to score on Georgia. But before that, we really thought that they had a chance to just come back in that fourth quarter. In this game, there was a different mindset. I was pretty confident that Georgia was going to win this game from the beginning. My prediction was Georgia 31, Clemson 13. I thought Clemson's offense would do better since Georgia's defense has become worse since then, despite still being very good. But I also thought our offense would be pretty in control during this whole game. I just didn't think Clemson could compete with Carson Beck. Even with our worst running backs, I just thought we had a pretty easy victory. I was right in that. Georgia did score a little bit more than I expected. Clemson scored a lot less. They didn't put up a single touchdown, kicked one field goal in the third quarter. I don't think there's really anything to complain about in this win, except you could complain that we should have started quicker. But if you know Kirby Smart and his Georgia offense, you know if we score points in the first quarter, if we score a touchdown in the first quarter, the team we're going against probably isn't very good. And even then, we might still not score. But, those are the leaders, but we'll go over that in a second. As you can see, Georgia was favored the entire game. That's how bad we beat them. It was never really in doubt. Total stats, Clemson didn't even hit 200 total yards. That is very bad. We already knew Clemson's offense probably just wouldn't be able to compete with our defense this week. I didn't see rarely anyone said that Clemson was going to put up 20 in this game. That's how lackluster their offense seems to be. Some people had Georgia putting up 30. I didn't see anyone saying Georgia puts up 40. I didn't see anyone say Georgia puts up under 24. But we had 450 total yards here, which is insane, especially against a team like Clemson. Klubnik decided the best course of action was to throw it into Malachi Starks' island, which was not a good decision, ended up being the only turnover of the game. We had a few more first downs and a few extra minutes of possession, leading us to the victory. What's this recap? Oh, this is just an article, or y'all could read that if y'all want to get some extra information. I didn't watch the whole game, of course. I also watched some of Florida, Miami. I'm not going to be reviewing as many games, just because I have less time to be doing stuff like that, but I will try to get at least a video out each week. Hopefully I can get one out for the Falcons, too. But, Cade Klubnik was, let's be honest. For Cade Klubnik and his reputation, he didn't do that bad. He wasn't good. Only averaged 5 yards per attempt, which isn't very good for a QB. It wasn't a terrible completion percentage, and then he had the interception late in the game. It wasn't late, but it wasn't early either. Phil Maffa was pretty much their only chance of running the ball against us, and they knew that, so they force-fed him the ball. No one else really got any carries. He had 16 for 59, which 3.7 yards isn't that bad for a team running against the Georgia Bulldogs, honestly. He was really bad in the first half. Second half, he got a few more 5, 6, 7-yard carries. But you see his long was 9 yards. Their longest run all day was 9 yards. And their longest play was only 36 yards. It just wasn't a good day for Clemson. Antonio Williams did get open quite a bit, 6 for 76. No one else was really that consistent, but Jake Stool and Tyler Brown both had 3 receptions. On defense, 7 solo tackles for Wade Woodaz. 1 sack for Clemson for Peter Woods, and we knew he was going to do something. 2.5 tackles for loss for him, too. So he was a little bit of a beast. I want to see Georgia do a little bit better in some run blocking scenarios. A couple pass deflections for Mickens, but they didn't really do much at all on defense. I mean, statistically wise, they did really good in the second half on defense. They just didn't get many huge plays that you can call out. How many times did they punt? 7 times, I believe. Yep, 7 times for Swanson. They hit 1 field goal, of course. 7 punts is never a good sign, especially with 5 of them were in the first half, I think. Oh, let me go over here. I'm pretty sure 1, 2. Oh, this doesn't show you what quarter these were in. Actually, I can tell. Oh, no, it does. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they only punted twice in the second half. And they punted 5 times in the first half, which is not good at all. Just nothing going well for Clemson. But if we go to Georgia's box score, Carson Beck, 23 of 33, 278, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And this is against Clemson's defense. And I don't care what you say, they're probably still going to be a top 10 defense in the country. Probably going to be them, Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State up there. I don't know if they're on any of those levels, but they should be in that area. Nate Frazier, the true freshman, 11 for 83 and a touchdown, 7.5 yards per carry in his debut and a long of 40 yards. Dylan Bell had to carry for 27, but he ended up getting injured. It seems like it was just cramps, so he should be back against Tennessee State. Carson Beck had a couple carries. He got 1 or 2 clutch first downs. He did pretty well. Cash Jones only got 1 carry, but it was a great one into the end zone. Branson Robinson was so bad that he got benched for Nate Frazier, a true freshman. Branson just seems slow. Not only his move, his running, but also his juke moves, spin moves. Anything he tried to do to fake out the defense was just felt like it was in slow motion. It wasn't faking anybody out. So maybe he needs some more time on the bench some motivation or something, because it was not great for him. Especially with a defense like Clemson, that slow stuff isn't going to get him anywhere. For our receiving game, our league receiver is actually London Humphreys. He had the most yards, and he had a touchdown, but most receptions went to Arian Smith. He was very consistent for us. Had a total of 63 yards if you include the rush. Lawson Lucky, 2 for 37, love it. 3 for 33. You can see we did pretty decent. Beck loves us. Well, really Georgia in general loves to sprout the football. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players getting receptions, and 8 of them had more than 1 reception. Kobe Young and Humphreys had 2 receiving touchdowns. Jalen Walker came in for the injured Michael Williams in the second half and immediately made an impact. A sack and a half and a tackle for loss and a half, along with 3 solo total tackles. Just 3 solo tackles. I don't know why I said solo total. Half a sack and half a tackle for loss for Raylan Wilson. We ended the game with those 2 sacks. Of course, you expect more because Clemson's offensive line doesn't have the best reputation. You expect more sacks. If that's one thing you want to clean up on defense, I would say is sacks. Didn't do too great on pass deflections, but, we had the pick, so I feel like that makes up for it. 6 tackles for loss is pretty good as well. Starts with that 1 amazing interception. You guys have to look at that. How many times did we kicked 2 field goals? Woodring hit his career long, a 55-yarder. After how he kind of struggled against Ohio State, I'm really happy with that. We punted 4 times, which against the Clemson defense honestly really just isn't that bad. Team stats. Is there anything else I want to look at? Neither team was great on third down, as you can see. We had 8.5 yards per pass. I don't think I saw that before. They averaged 2 yards per carry. That means if they ran it every down, including fourth, they still would not, on average, get a first down. While we ran it for 6.3 yards per carry. So, huge difference there. Of course, penalties were not on our side today. We had 7 for 70. Another thing we need to clean up. But everything else, I literally think besides Branson Robinson, pass rush slightly, and then discipline, we were pretty much perfect today. And then you can easily just chalk those things up to going against one of the better teams in the country. To just chalk things up. Just finish this video because I don't want to go too long. It's just a game review. Georgia once again proves why they should always be considered as one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country. Every other team wanted to play Chattanooga or whatever, but now we put up a show against a top 15 ranked team. And don't expect every year this will happen. Like last year we played UT Martin, but whenever Kirby gets a chance to play a top school in the country, he will, and usually Georgia will come out with the W. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one and Georgia's 40th straight regular season win. See you guys next week. Adios.